I don't know that it is, sorry, because
Why?
it's Tottenham Hotspur. Jose Mourinho. What did he win with them?
Well, he could have won
Nothing.
him a trophy, but they sacked him. Yeah, which is mad.
Then you've got Conte, who's won things everywhere. It's just the same as Mourinho. Never won anything. Postecoglou comes in after winning everything that he can at Celtic. Now, granted, it is at Celtic, but still, you have to turn up and you have to do a job. And he did that, and he's now under pressure at Tottenham for not winning anything. They have had so many managers; it can't be the manager's fault.
The Football Drop Podcast.
Hello, or welcome to another episode of the Football Drop Podcast. I've got Benjani here with me, as per usual.
As per usual, my friend. How are you doing, William?
I feel like we need to start the episode with an apology.
Do we?
I feel like we do. Not that anyone cares, but we are meant to be doing a mini-series on a Friday, which it gets to Friday and we either can't sort out a time, or we text each other Friday evening and go, we should have done the predictions today.
Yeah.
So there are a couple of things where we are not like a well-oiled machine, which I know will surprise many of our listeners out there because
very much so.
It's normally slick. But that being said, I feel like we owe an apology, so we apologise. But I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. And yeah, I will second your apology there. It's very poor of us. It's been a bit of a sham. But hopefully, 2025, we will up our game. A few little changes. Well, yeah,
that's
this
what we
is
said
true.
Last time.
Yeah, we found a new low.
We always do.
I'm kind of proud of us, really. We discovered how to dig deep.
We did. We know how to take it too far with just the words peanut butter.
Oh, yeah. So weird. This whole conversation prior was so weird. It's ridiculous. So I'm just going to glaze over it as though we haven't actually done that.
Yeah.
Because
you would glaze over it, my friend.
My God, Jesus, William. Oh, my gosh. So we was just talking about little side hustles, weren't we, prior to recording?
We were.
And it went down a really weird path, I think it's fair to say.
It involved feet nipple and peanut butter.
It did. In that order as well, which is weird. In that order. Exactly that order. It's just how Will rolls. He likes it.
So for any of those, it's onlyfans.com/Ben Suell.
No, mate, I'm not going to let people know it's me. But thanks for just outing me in public.
Right, I see.
Jesus.
Oh, right, okay. Sorry, it's feetfinder.com/Ben S.
Actually, the username is Ben and Will, just in case you want a bit of double.
Yeah, just because we can't collab on anything.
Yeah, we always forget and can't find a time. Yeah, never mind. Let's go straight into things.
Really? I just want to hear about your weekend, though, baby.
I was going to say, I'm sure, now don't quote me on this, but I'm sure last week, there was some point in the week you said, we need to talk about that on Monday. I need to tell you about it. And I can't remember for the life of me what it was. And he was like, it's a funny story. And it's going to really bug me that I can't remember what on earth it actually was.
Well, how was you? Talk to me about your weekend then.
Mate, I had a really nice chilled weekend this weekend. Really nice. Okay. So Saturday I went out with a couple of friends. Managed to get a couple of hours free. So we'd planned this, I think, for about a month and a half, 2 months or so. So it was quite nice that we managed to get some time. So I went to Wetherspoons and ate my body weight in chicken wings and halloumi fries, as you can well imagine. And then Sunday, I had a really lazy day. I had a couple of hours, just me and my girl. And that was lovely. And here we are on this lovely, drizzly Monday evening. What about you? How was yours, William? Tell me all about it, my friend.
Yeah, not too bad, mate. We went out Friday night, did some, I went out Friday night with work, did some darts.
Oh, yeah? How was it? Did you have fun?
Right, mate.
Did you have a really good time?
It was good fun, man. Yeah, it was good fun. Played a bit of darts. I had a lot of people laughing at me, but I felt like I was playing really well.
Hang on, why were they laughing at you, though? Was it your throwing? Do your throwing technique for us? Give us your best Luke the Nuke impression.
Either that or Prime Madison.
What a tosser.
No. So it just did that, and it was it was good fun. Had a go with Paul and stuff. I can't find the message, so God knows what it was about. But so Saturday we went to Clapham for his birthday party, and it was garage music, like and a brunch. Mate, the only problem was I had like a sinus infection. My ears were fucked, so I could not hear a single word anything was being said. Really.
Welcome to my life, Will.
Yeah, I did. To be honest, that did start a conversation about you.
Oh, mate, you always find a way to talk about me. It's so sweet.
No. And I'm not even going to lie to you, right? Because I would have found an excuse to bring it up anyway. But Selge did actually start the conversation.
There we go. Well, I must admit, I spoke about you at the weekend. I think it was actually Friday.
Okay.
To your fiancée via the FDP Instagram. I don't know whether you saw it.
Yeah, that was a fucking worry. That was. Jesus Christ. So, hang on. Let me just give you from my perspective. All I saw from my fiancée was it's small but perfect.
I didn't even give that any consideration.
That is all I could see. That is all I saw.
Well done, Selge, because that's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
What a girl. What a girl.
But what
it was about your bum though. That was all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I wasn't blessed with the bum. So that's what it was about. And I was quite pleased to see that because I'm not sure I'd want anything to be called small on my body. But my bum, I have to admit.
Yeah, small arms. You'd hate that.
I would hate that.
Yeah.
It's just not a nice thing to say.
But small bum, you're like, yeah, I'll take it.
But talking of bum, right? You know when you go to a
bum.
You know when you go to like a nightclub or like to an event that you go to where people are like drinking?
Yeah.
Back in the day, used to just smell of fags. We all knew where we were. We went out. It smelled of fags. We came home. We smelled of fags. When you go out now, it stinks of fart a lot more than I ever realised.
It does stink of fart a lot, doesn't it?
People
are skanks. Yeah.
It's just a habit, isn't it, that you can't really get out of. And I have been in many a tight rooms with you where you have not given one single fuck that I'm there with my nose just out there in the open. So I don't know if you can call people skanks.
I can, because doing it in the middle of a club, people think they can get away with it because you're in the middle of a club. And I'm like, no, because everyone has to breathe in your poo particles now, and that's disgusting.
Well, I agree. It's not pleasant, but there's so many people fart out. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you think, though, if there's one coming, you'd be like, well, everybody else does it? No, me either.
People are just going to go, it's not there anymore.
It smells like a Ben one.
Do the Joey,
like
smell the fart acting.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. That was good.
What the hell are we
DJ Luck,
about?
MC
I
Lisa
forgot what we were
Mafia,
talking about.
Romeo. It was good.
Yes. Did you get drunk?
No, I drove.
Well done. Did you drink on Friday? How was the work party? Because work parties, there's usually someone who gets off with someone else. They're both married with like 5 kids or something. They've been married for 10 years. There's always an office, fling. Did anything happen?
No, not really. There was a bit of an argument towards the end. Nothing.
Oh, yeah, there's always an argument or something, isn't there?
There's always an argument, but, come this morning, they'd all forgotten about it.
That's slightly disappointing.
Yeah, it was slightly disappointing, but, just as jolly. Played on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, what did you play?
Mario Kart.
Yes, what, the OG one?
The OG one.
Nice.
Mate, we'll have to go there. I think you'd like it. I'd love to take you.
I'd love to go there. So it matches, isn't it?
Matches. Yeah, let's go there. I'll take you on a date.
Sounds good.
Because
sounds good, mate.
I feel like the loose leaf tea isn't quite cutting it as you keep ignoring me. So I'm now.
No, do you know what? I spoke to Laura actually at the weekend, and we both said we need to organise a date. So she told me to get some dates off of you.
Okay, so we are getting a little bit ahead of
Yeah. Laura said to me, get some dates off of Will.
You say, I'll speak to Laura about it. We must get together. I'll speak to Laura about it. I'm starting to feel like Romesh in the Tom Davis Romesh Lusser.
No, we need to get dates. So if you can send me some dates of when you and Selge are free, that we can come over, or you can come here, whatever you prefer. Also, you'll appreciate this. My mum bought us a cafetiere at the weekend.
You don't drink
We got
coffee,
some.
though?
We got some posh coffee. I like an
Nice.
espresso. I dabble with espresso.
You do dabble with espresso.
And it's banging. Sorry, we are talking a lot of shit today.
Yeah, we
We've
are.
not
Yeah,
spoken
should we
about
move on to some football? Yeah, let's move on
Yeah,
to
because
some
it's
football.
going to be a bumper ep as well with midweek games. So
Boompa.
at the news, where do you want to start? Look at us in sync. Breaking news as of about half an hour ago of us recording. David Coote has been sacked from the PGMOL.
Not really a surprise, that one, is it? I think
It's not a surprise, but I was surprised at the fact that I'd forgot about him completely.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I forgot about that.
I thought the exact same thing. Yeah, but there was something about yellow cards as well that came into it, didn't there? He was supposedly giving away yellow cards as well, like doing a bit of a
that
naughty. Yeah, that was
what match fixing
that came out. Well, yeah, I guess you could call it that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Another
what a naughty boy!
Yeah, he was proper on one, wasn't he?
He was. Well, he was on a lot, wasn't he? Just by those videos. So, what next for him? Surely that's your career done, isn't it? I know we had this convo a few weeks ago, but
we said that about Matt Hancock. But if you just go on I'm a Celebrity, you'll be all right,
mate. David Coote, 2025. I'm a celeb.
Could happen.
We have called it first. Well done, Will. I reckon that is a great shout.
What else would you do? What else can you do? You know, you're out in your ear. You've
Strictly Come Dancing.
Nah, but you don't really get to sell a story. As much as Pete Wicks tries, you don't get to sell a story.
This is true. Yeah,
so I think, he'll do a couple of documentaries, end up on I'm a Celebrity, eat a pig's willy, and everyone will love him again.
Did people love him in the first place?
Well, okay, maybe not again. People will love him.
Yeah.
Thanks for picking me up on that word.
No props. What I'm here for? I'm here all day.
You're here all day.
El Sakiko is on tonight.
Yeah.
Or what's been done. There's always an El Sakiko every season, isn't there?
There's got, but who was it that was being tipped to be sacked the other day? Today, Ange, right?
Big Ange, yeah. Under pressure.
Ange tipped to be sacked today, right? Did you see who they want in to get to replace him?
No.
McKenna.
No.
Yeah.
The guy who can't buy a win from home this season for Ipswich.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's insane, though, isn't it?
That's really, and that's no disrespect to Kieran McKenna, but that is dropping your standards a little bit, isn't it?
Well, it's not only that, because that could be quite harsh. No offense to Kieran McKenna, but
No, that's what I said. There's no offense, but it's different levels and experience, isn't it?
Is it Ange's fault?
No. Well, yes, to a certain extent, yes, because he's determined to keep playing this way. Hats off to him, and everyone says, it's brilliant, he keeps doing it. But good managers will realise when it's not working and change. Do they not?
Yeah, they do. Your microphone's quite high now.
Oh, sorry, I whacked it. Yeah. Do you know what? I thought I whacked it. I was like, did I? Did I not?
Yeah, no, you can all hear it.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, I don't think you can get rid of him unless you've got somebody coming in. But who's
I'm not saying get rid of him. Just to clarify, I'm not saying get rid of him. But you asked me, is it his fault? Yes.
No, I don't know that it is. Sorry, because
why?
Because it's Tottenham Hotspur, right?
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho. What did he win with them?
Well, he could have won him a trophy, but they sacked him
the day before.
Yeah, which is mad.
Then you've got Conte, who's won things everywhere. It's just same as Mourinho. Never won anything. Postecoglou comes in after winning everything that he can at Celtic. Now, granted, it is at Celtic, but still, you have to turn up and you have to do a job. And he did that, and he's now under pressure at Tottenham for not winning anything.
Yeah,
they have had so many managers. It can't be the manager's fault. There is something ingrained into the club, but also, does Daniel Levy start having to answer to some of this?
Well, yeah, I suppose eventually, but he is, every manager wanted money to buy players. They have had that. They have spent money. They spent decent amounts of money as well.
Yeah, but it's not.
You've got to have a bit of ownership, surely.
Is he in charge of the recruitment there?
Who, Big Ange? I think he has a say in it.
Did he want to sell Harry Kane? Did he want to getting Brennan Johnson? Did he want some of those players that he's got?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question you raised there, Will, and I don't really have the answer to it, I'm afraid.
I thought you was quite well in there with Tottenham Hotspur.
No.
Not sure.
No.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Maybe we'll speak to Gav. Gav knows. Gav knows. Gav knows all.
But yeah, it was just an interesting point. But yeah, Lopetegui needs to go, I think.
Yeah, he's been awful. He's been absolutely awful, unfortunately, for him.
I wonder if it'll, we said this about Iraola at Bournemouth, a season or two ago, and we said he should probably go, and he managed to turn it around. So there is that chance, but unfortunately, West Ham have got to do it without Mikel Antonio. For certainly the foreseeable future after a car accident at the weekend. Did you see the crash? Did you see the wreck?
No.
Man, the front of the car was just completely wiped out. Like when I saw the picture of it, a bit unsure if it was correct, fake news and all that sort of stuff. But if it was that one, he's definitely lucky to have gotten out of that alive.
He's broke his leg or something, hasn't he? He's had surgery on it.
He had surgery today on a fracture in the lower half of his body.
Yeah, I read somewhere it's his leg, broken leg, but again, could be anything. Fake news, as you say, could be.
Yeah.
Just be two idiots on Teams or Riverside talking a load of rubbish, making stuff up.
There was so much shit. There was people saying my sister works at the hospital and they've just turned the life support machine off. My brother works here in the family. They're just waiting for the family to turn up before they do. They shit now, mate. 100%. That was what was on.
Seriously,
100%. People were going around saying all of that sort of stuff, and it's just like, why are you doing that? Like, that is just
That's a horrible thing to say.
No, it's not true, and people are looking at that,
and that's bang out of.
It's ridiculous, mate. Honestly, tragic the lengths people go to be relevant is unbelievable.
Yeah. So what's the next outrageous thing you're going to say?
Podcast.
Just to kind of get us back on track, I don't think it's his fault. I do think it's his fault, and he's got himself to blame for it because they're playing in the same way, and it's not always working for them. It does sometimes. When it works, it's great, but when it doesn't work, they're awful.
Are we still talking about Ange?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Play your way though. Russell Martin's been doing it, and that has been working wonders for him. They play out the back so well.
They were terrible in their games, weren't they, as well? So many shaky moments, so many errors. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy. Out for the back is just mental. I mean, not even Liverpool and City really do it anymore, but the others are like, yeah, no, we're going to continue with it because it's working really well.
I just don't understand. There's another manager who's had quite a good start to their life as Leicester manager. Mr. Ruud van Nistelrooy doing all right.
Yeah.
Not a bad
3-1
start.
win against West Ham. And then, 1-0 at the weekend? No, 2-2, isn't it? They come back from 2-2,
yeah. 2 very late goals.
2 very late goals. Could have got a third as well.
Yeah.
Right at the death there. They could have snuck something in. Jamie Vardy's unbelievable, isn't he?
He's still got it, isn't he? That first goal, that was pure instinct, wasn't it, when that finished? Just knew where he needs to be at that moment. Bosh.
By the way, I've got my goal of the week, but I've only done it from the weekend, not the midweek games.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I haven't watched much of the midweek games, unfortunately, but weekend stuff, I'm all up to date.
I mean, he had to use his catchphrase in there somewhere, and he did it.
I'm just trying to think what goals were outstanding.
So I think special shout out. So I'll talk you through mine. So special shout out to Cole Palmer for the little Panenka.
Yeah, that was, especially at that point in the game as well. Fair play to him.
Yeah,
fair play.
Yeah. Lovely little goal. But I think it's Mbuemo's first goal.
That was a finish. What was the other finish? Was it Mbuemo's that curved round? It was wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no, Rico Lewis's goal was wicked.
Rico Lewis's goal was good. Yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah, that was good. And Mbuemo's your goal of the week, is it?
I think Mbuemo for me. Yeah, I think just for his performance, but also for the goal as well. Like, it was a sick goal. It was tough. It was right at the start of the game again.
Okay. What about Minter for Brighton? Twisting and turning those 2 players and then still scoring.
Yeah, that was a good goal.
That was a great skill.
He did everything, Minter, didn't he, for both of those goals?
He did.
He's sick.
Yeah,
And then
really
he just
good
walks into the stands, just kept going. I thought,
Yeah.
fucking, he's still going to be walking when we're recording.
I know it is. He just walked past.
Yeah.
You reckon Mbeumo then, do you? I think it's your week to choose, so you've got the overarching say this week, my friend.
I think you've got a good shout with Rico Lewis and Minter. And Minter, he's one of those players that doesn't get a lot of discussion on this podcast, which I know he's furious about. But I think Bryan Mbeumo for me is the one.
Bryan Mbeumo. There you go. Congratulations. Your Mystery Away Days goal of the week, Mr. Bryan Mbeumo of Brentford.
Just on Brentford for a second. Considering they lost Ivan Toney, which was absolutely devastating for them, they've fucking done well, haven't they? I mean, they lost midweek.
At home, they're doing really well. Really well. Free-flowing football, I think it's fair to say. But yeah, away from home, not so great. But they do look a better team without Ivan Toney.
Yeah. Now, I have a question for you.
Go on.
Is Tottenham a better team without Harry Kane?
You ask me this, I feel like every other week.
Are England a better team without Harry Kane?
England, no. Tottenham, yes. I feel like with England, he is the main man. He always scores. We need to play in a system that suits him because he is that good. We need to have balance in the team. You can't keep playing 6, 7, 8 attackers. It does not work. You need a balance in that team, and Kane has to be playing. However, we've got good backups.
What about Mbappe? PSG, better with or without Mbappe?
Not better.
What about Real Madrid?
Worse. They are not better with Mbappe at all. I think this is going to be a terrible, terrible signing for Real Madrid.
So, and have you heard that Vinicius has agreed to go in the middle so that Mbappe can play out left?
Has he? Wow. That's bold. Because Mbappe scored at the weekend, didn't he, as well?
Yeah.
I mean, fair play to Vinicius. That is ultimate team player. But it could be good for Real Madrid. It's going to be bad for Vinicius, I think.
Yeah, I don't. I think he's solid. I think he'll be great wherever he is. And I don't know how much of it was actually his choice. Yeah, well done.
Who knows, yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, Rude has done very well at the start of his career at Leicester City.
Yeah,
this is where we started on.
Yeah, he's had a good start. I think we always said Leicester are a decent side. They are still a decent side. Even when they went down, they lost obviously a few key players, but they still had a decent core squad. They've just added to it.
Yeah, well, they're 16th place now, a point above Crystal Palace. So they're sort of, there or thereabouts.
Doing okay. Man United, I want to talk about them because came out, was it yesterday? Dan Ashworth is leaving after 5 months.
5 months, yeah.
After all of that massive hoo-ha about trying to get him to sign up sooner rather than later, paying $3 million in compensation, only for them to sack him or leave by mutual consent 5 months later. Why? What's going on?
They at the Forest game from the weekend, which they unfortunately lost. I was gutted about that.
What up, Forest?
He was seen walking with an executive assistant to the meeting in which he was probably going to have that conversation. So how much he knew about it is another thing. Insane decision to take from Man United.
Considering he's so highly thought of, and he's obviously done very well in all of his roles to date, it feels like it's a Man United problem, not a Dan Ashworth problem at this point. I do question whose idea it was to extend Ten Hag's deal in the summer. Did Dan Ashworth have any say in that? Was that already a done deal? Did he have any influence on that? Because that could be a deciding factor. Because obviously they've got so many sort of heads off now, haven't they? And I think at the first couple of weeks of the season, we were saying, maybe Man United could do something here because they've got all these heads of in place now. They've got a bit of stability that this is what they're trying to sort of build on. And they've got rid of their manager and they got rid of their sporting director or director of football, whatever it is. Very strange.
Yeah, that is an interesting point you raised there, Ben. I like that.
Cheers. Any thoughts, or just that's a good point? Moving on.
I didn't, to be honest, because I couldn't wrap my head around it. And then the more you've sort of spoken about some of the decisions that have been made and whether his head has rolled because of that, makes fucking perfect sense. I can't really add to an already good point because it's a good point and I feel like I'm just wasting air.
Oh, fair enough. Thanks, mate. Thanks for the support. Love it. Do you want to move on to the games then? Because obviously we've got midweek games and weekend games.
Okay, Ben, let's move on to the midweek games from the midweek.
Let's talk. I mean, we can't go an episode without talking about Arsenal, can we?
We can't.
Now, midweek. Whoo. Go on.
I'm worried about Arsenal Football Club.
In what sense?
We can't just rely on scoring from corners.
No, we can't.
As good as they are, and as fantastic as we are at them, and it's great to see. It's nice to see us putting 2 against Man United and having, they didn't have a shot on target to the 60-odd minute. I can't watch us just try to score from corners for the rest of the season. It doesn't work for me.
No, but I do feel like it's the same old thing. If we had a striker, we'd be able to score more from open play. But we don't have that. But we've had a lot of chances. We were very wasteful from open play. But we're clinical on set pieces. And I feel like that makes such a difference. It does bail us out. It's our not so secret weapon. But it works for us and it gets us those points. And I feel like we've had to do that because we don't have a striker.
But we're going to get caught out.
Of course we are. 100%
against Fulham, Adama Traore just took Saliba out of the game, and it's just that is an easy kind of, not easy. That's probably a wrong word, but that is definitely a situation that people can work out and go, right, well, we just stop Arsenal from running in. I'm sure there might be other tricks up the sleeve for when the inevitable does happen, but we've got to be able to score on the pitch, and I don't know who does that.
Well, Saka can score. We know that. Havertz can score. We know that. Trossard can score. We know that. Ødegaard can score. Not as many, but he can score. And 2 weeks ago, we was banging in 2, 3, 4 goals, and we were laughing. Partey scored a worldie. Saka scored a worldie, and it's like, it's all open play. Now we've had 2 games where we struggled, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm worried.
No,
Is this a knee-jerk reaction?
Season. I've been worried the whole season. Look at the Fulham game. We've
not played well, generally.
We did score from open play, but that was offside. Martinelli couldn't keep his foot onside. It's just...
That's frustrating as well with him.
Yeah. It's just a bit worrying that we're not... It's not free, it doesn't feel free-flowing, and it doesn't feel free-flowing because we haven't got that top striker that we need.
No, I agree with you. It's very difficult to say where we go because obviously January, I feel like we've got to sign someone if we want to push for a title charge.
Well, question for you, because I agree, but question for you, if Arteta doesn't win anything this season, what do you think should happen?
That's really difficult. That is really difficult because if Liverpool keep up the way they're going, then you can't blame Arteta for not winning the league because Liverpool have been outstanding so far. So if they kept up that form, you can't blame him for not winning the league, sorry. I feel like he has to win a trophy, or there's going to be question marks of, okay, you've done an incredible job, but where do we draw the line of this needs to turn into a trophy now? I feel like he's still got credit in the bank. And for me, it's still 1 more year. You've got to get a striker in now, no matter what. It's glaringly obvious. And if he doesn't get a striker, and he's still the same thing this time next year, then it's a case of end of the season, mate, you're out. Because he's not identifying that. And I feel like that's a huge flaw. Obviously, we know more than Arteta, clearly. But I feel like that is generally missing, though,
Yes, it's visible for all to see, isn't it? We've got Havertz who can score. I like Havertz. I don't want him to be gone from the team. But if he's not there, who do we have? We've got Gabi Jesus to come on, and he's not good enough. And I think that's been demonstrated by the fact that he doesn't come on anymore as much. He's very much a bit part player.
Well, he had a chance at the weekend, and all he had to do was just jump and get a head on it. That would have been a goal. But he bailed out of it.
Yeah.
He just watched it go to Bertnano. I'm like, what are you doing? Just go for attack the ball. If that's Havertz there, he would have attacked that ball.
And it's the same with Raheem as well, by the way.
Waste of space. Waste of space. He's doing nothing for us. He doesn't even come on. Same as Neto. What's the point in signing him?
Well, he was always going to be a backup for Raya, wasn't he?
Yeah, but why would you sign a backup goalie that can't play in your cup competitions?
That's a really good point.
Like it literally, we're wasting money.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'd rather give the young goalies a go. Like Cole Hine, I think we sent him out on loan.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Why keep him? He's number 2. He would have played in the cup games and a Champions League game if we're already qualified or something like that. Give him that experience, that exposure.
Yeah. Anyway, we are talking.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
let's move on. Let's move on to a different club. Who do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about Chelsea because we're talking a little bit about the title charge. Two wins this week, looking very good, looking very strong. You said one of your early calls was that they're going to do well this season.
Yeah, I think.
A question for you is: are they in a title hunt?
So, they are, and I think they should be. They've got strength in numbers. They've been able to. They've been able to rotate those as well without having too much of an impact on performances. So yeah, I think they are in the race.
Mm. Okay.
Just going on to because they obviously, I mean, they thrashed Southampton 5-1. It could have been a little bit closer. Did you see Stevens? What he did to Kukurea, pulling his hair?
No,
but
I missed. I didn't see him with me.
It's just unbelievable, and we'll come on to the other Chelsea game. But how he thinks that he can pull Kukurea's hair and just get away with it. I was astonished.
That's so
it's
bad.
Like assault on the football pitch, and he's just like, "What am I going to get sent off for that?"
It just takes the piss.
But Chelsea did play really, really well. Jadon Sancho got on the score sheet as well, and again this weekend.
He did. Good finish at the weekend. Really.
Yeah, not goal of the week finish, but yeah, it was a good finish.
No.
Just going on to the weekend's game. What did you think of those red card chances?
Mate, they were red.
Did you both of them?
Yeah.
I definitely thought that the Casado one was a red.
That all day long. He didn't even get a card.
No, I know.
They just played on. I was like, VAR checked it as well. I'm like, seriously, what are you doing? How can you see that and then go, it's all right.
All season,
is it because it's a big game? They don't want to disrupt the play? Because we've heard that excuse, haven't we?
I think it was intention. I think he intended to get the ball.
Yeah, right. Everyone could do that.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing that I can think there was. He did it was a genuine attempt for the ball, and it's Casado, isn't it? Casado isn't a dirty player like that, but I felt that was a red. But then the Kulusevski one, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I don't know if that was a red.
What one was that?
That was the elbow. He elbowed.
Yeah, no, that's a red. That he intended that.
Do you think he did?
Yeah, you could see he glanced in the build-up. He knows where he is.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't too sure on it. I didn't think that it would have been.
I thought it was Stonewall, both of those.
No, fair, yeah.
I was really surprised that they were still on.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Chelsea have been playing. I mean, they got quite lucky with the 2 penalties. I thought Tottenham pretty much handed that game to them with those challenges.
Yeah, and this goes back to Big Ange. Like, the tactics he plays leaves them wide open. And the players, I mean, it's poor decision-making from... Was it Basuma that took him out?
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it? That was wild. That was absolutely wild. And it was desperate. But they put themselves in that position to play desperately. So they've only got Ange to blame for that to a certain extent because that's the way he wants them set up to play. And they're panicking because they're not fully adapted yet, clearly, or some of them aren't. So when it happens, it's like, oh my God, knee-jerk reaction, got to get back. Wild.
But they are struggling defensively for fit players. I noticed Romero came off in the first half. Van de Ven came back, but he came off again in the second half. But they are sort of struggling for that fitness, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and everyone's struggled with injuries this season. So
yeah. I'm just saying
we struggled, and the results dropped. Yeah, and
no, I'm just saying
this is going to be
that is the area they're struggling in is defence. I think.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think they need to sort it out because they're not going to be anywhere near challenging for anything. They're 11th at the moment.
Oh, mate, that's terrible, isn't it?
It's terrible. They're 1 point above United. And everyone's saying how terrible they've been all season. Spurs have been so inconsistent.
Yeah.
But it's a damaging loss for them. But it's a full-on Spurs performance. Because how can you spank City and then go and put in that. It just baffles me.
It's Spursy, isn't it? I saw an article
Very
on.
Spursy.
I saw an article that they don't like the term Spursy, but actually understand why it's there. It's like, God, that's got to be so hard to admit.
God, can you imagine? Yeah, that must be difficult.
But yeah, I think Chelsea are within a shout of the Premier League, and I think that they are playing some excellent football. I hope it doesn't continue, just the same as I hope Liverpool don't continue after their midweek 3-3 spectacular draw, and then obviously the postponement to the weekend's game.
Yeah, a few more draws and losses will be nice for us. Because we like the Premier League to be interesting and competitive. Unless Arsenal are flying away with it, then we're more than happy for that to continue. But that's not happening. So more competitiveness, please. That'll be nice. That'll be great. It'll be great.
It'll be great.
There we go. Just want to touch on Newcastle a little bit because they've been quite inconsistent again this season. So they're down in 12th, equal on points with Tottenham on 20. Now, what do you think is acceptable for them to finish this season?
Good question. So I would have thought that they would be at Europa stage.
To top 6.
Yeah, top 6, maybe, conference, that sort of area.
And if they don't get that this season again, is Eddie Howe done?
So I'd like to say no, but I think with the way football is, I would be surprised if they continue at the rate that they are. Although they've beaten some of the big hitters, I would say that we won't survive the season.
No, I think it's really weird because looking at the table, they're 5 points off of 5th.
Yeah,
it's not far.
No, it's close.
And you're looking at the teams above them. So you've got Forest who are having a blinder. Villa that are, they've been inconsistent, but they're still up there. Brighton having a blinder. Bournemouth having a blinder. Brentford are having a blinder for home. Fulham are doing what Fulham do normally. A couple of big wins and some weird losses you just can't explain. So they're not that far off. But I just feel like they can never get a run together. I feel like they're always very much, we got a couple of hour loss. We got a couple of hour draw. So they never get that momentum. Whereas that first season where they come, was it third they came or fourth in the league, didn't they, or something? And it was like, they can't get back to that. And that was an incredible season. Well, obviously they've not spent that much money either.
They've spent a lot of money.
Not loads and loads.
Well, they've been restricted because of FFP, but they have spent a lot of money. I think it's like the 5th highest in the Premier League at the moment. Like in the last sort of season or two, they've spent a serious amount of money. So they should, I think, be pushing further forward. But I take your point. There is 5 points in it. Forest are storming it. Brentford, maybe you wouldn't see them there. Brighton maybe pushing above what they could normally, and it could all fall off. But Newcastle have, like I say, done the big hitters with drawing at Liverpool. They beat Arsenal, they beat Man United, they beat Tottenham, did they beat City?
Who's that, sorry?
Newcastle.
No, I don't think they played City yet.
Maybe not. Maybe it was Liverpool. Did they beat Liverpool at the beginning of the season?
No, Forest beat Liverpool. That's their only loss.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, they've beaten some of the bigger teams, and then they play Liverpool. They drew 3-3. Sorry, talk about Liverpool. They drew 3-3 with Liverpool, and then they go away at Brentford and lose 4-2.
It's crazy. It's just such a weird season, and we did say that things will probably be closer this season with all the teams.
But when you look at Newcastle, so you look at them against Liverpool, the fight was there. They were first to every ball. Gordon was running up and down the wing like a madman. Isaac is like scoring goals for fun. You look at them against Brentford, they can't be bothered to get the ball.
Yeah, I mean, they did have chances, but is that because of the way Brentford is set up to neutralise that? Or is that because they're trying to adjust the way Brentford play compared to the way Liverpool play?
Yeah, of course there's an element of that, yeah. But Newcastle have got to be up for it, and they did not look up for it against that Brentford team, especially if you compare it a few hours earlier when they were playing Liverpool.
Yeah, no, I see your point, mate. I totally see your point. Yes, just an interesting season so far.
Yeah, no, it is.
Should we do a mid-season review over Christmas?
Yeah.
See where we get to and just have a little analysis. See where our predictions are at.
You've got the notes from there, haven't you, from our predictions? Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, no, you took notes.
Yeah, I don't know where they are. No, I think they're on that spreadsheet. We'll have a look. If not, we'll listen back, can't we? That's fine.
Yeah. We don't need to do the admin on air.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You get me?
It is fine. Our predictions league is looking quite tight still, I think.
Yeah.
Have you added up midweek and weekends yet? No. I think from what I was seeing, they were quite close. I think there was only a point or two in it either way.
Yeah, I'll go for it and do it tomorrow, maybe.
And FPL, I'm 20-something points ahead of you. You've closed the gap a bit. But we are both...
I was trying so hard.
We are both dropping through our league, mate.
Good.
So we have 187. You are 170th. I'm 149th. So we are shit at fantasy football, mate.
Well, I don't know if I could say that I am shit at it. I don't take any interest in it whatsoever because I know what I'm like. I'll get hooked on it.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm very similar, but every now and then I'll check it when I remember and I'll make a few subs. But the thing is, when I make subs, I get worse points because I clearly overthink it. So I'm thinking maybe I just do a will and leave it until the end of the season and see where I get to.
I did it once for a pub league and won.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well done.
Yeah.
That's bloody brilliant. I love that.
Yeah. Forgot all about it. It was only when they rang me up and said, "Oh, you've won the fantasy football league," and I was like, "Have I? Great."
What fantasy football league?
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Give me 50 quid. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
£50 bar tab. I'll be there soon.
Yeah, boy.
Yes.
Still there now.
Are you looking forward to football tonight, mate? In the horrible, wet, windy weather?
No, we've got a storm at the moment.
We have.
Can I just ask you a question, though, actually?
Of course you can. What's up, mate?
Are you Christmas ready?
Mostly. Yeah, I've got to get the last couple of bits. Yeah, pretty much. What about you?
Done.
Yeah.
Went out and got Maisie a little something.
Oh, I told you not to.
Yeah, but I had to.
What have you got her?
I'm not telling you.
Why?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, that's rude.
It's a surprise. It's Christmas, man.
Oh, I've got a request from Waz, actually. I forgot. You know, last week I said about the prawn cracker Yorkshire debate thing?
Yeah.
Apparently, I got it wrong for what she was talking about.
That's unlikely.
So she wants to come on next week to clarify this.
Oh, okay.
I said no. I said no one wants to see your face. She still said, "Oh, they do. I need to clarify." So she's put in a request to come on, only briefly, to talk about it.
No, do you know what? It's funny you should say this because actually, I wonder if we could do a little FDP special with Laura
and
no. Throughout the just one episode with Laura, we can do a separate one with Selge, but just to get her right of reply for what it's like to live life with Ben Arsenal Saul.
No, we can't air that.
And how she finds it living with you and the football that you enjoy. When obviously you watch some of the games, not all of them, whether she's like, I wonder why he's just skipped through that match on Match of the Day or whatever.
No, I do think, I kind of think this could be a good idea, but I feel like Selge needs to come on as well.
Not on the same time.
Yeah, the same time, because we can have, we can have a good debate, because then they can bounce off each other for what they think. It's like, oh my God, they both do this.
There is no way that we would be able to have 4 people on this call and then them just not. And then
I think it's worth a try.
There will be the FDP and everybody will turn up and me and you will be gone and it'll just be them two still there.
Yeah.
And we'll be out of a job.
I have been trying to tell Laura to do a podcast because she's been saying this for about 2 years now. And I'm like, just do one. Where's the harm in it? She's like, I just feel like I talk shit. I was like, have you ever listened to FDP?
No.
Ever listened to us? No. She's like, yeah, twice when you asked me to get a play up. And I was like, okay, thanks. And
that's why we had one play last week.
Yeah.
I have got an observation. We have not seen each other recently.
I saw you Monday.
I think it shows in this episode of just how much shit we have spoken.
We haven't spoken much this week. I think that's the problem. Yeah, we haven't spoken much. I mean, we've both got a lot going on outside, haven't we?
We have had verbal diarrhea this episode, and I feel like the episode has got about 10% quality, 20% football, and the rest is just us catching up.
Yeah, pretty much. But this could be an absolute hit. Because I feel like some of the stuff we've come out with, you could clip up probably 80% of this episode as reels. So get your editing hat on.
Mate, we need to get better at all of this. Because the editing is just like, I've downloaded it all and then forgot to upload it, and then...
Yeah, I've noticed there's not been many reels gone up lately.
No, there's been as many reels as guests. There's been
mate, guests is so hard. I'm getting no replies from people.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It's really disheartening. I feel like they might have listened to us and gone, like, fuck, am I going to appear on that shit show? We will have a return superstar guest soon. I'm just organising some dates with him.
Yeah,
so he has confirmed.
Right,
he's like, absolutely.
What date he's confirmed, because
no, he hasn't confirmed that. I said I'm sorting dates with him, but he's confirmed he wants to come on. He's buzzing to come back on.
Right, okay, got you.
So I'm just trying to confirm some dates with him.
Okay.
It's just been very difficult with work schedules, but yeah. So I think we should end there really before we keep on incessantly talking.
Yeah.
I'm going to see you in an hour.
Yeah.
Hour and a bit.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.